So today is webinar day, and I've already got a lot of this stuff set up. So basically, let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to record from here. So I'm going to record with this camera, and then I'm also going to record from here with this camera as well. And then of course I'm going to be recording the actual webinar. So what I did earlier today is I got my iPad here. This is going to be used for the comments. That way I can actually look at the comments on the iPad instead of like trying to look at it. I'm trying to like look at the keynote slides and then the comments at the same time. So I figure let me just use the iPad. So I just got done sending out the email. So I sent out the email to the list, kind of just reminding them like, hey, today's the webinar. If you want to sign up, this is your last chance to do it. And so I sent out that email, and they're gonna get another email 15 minutes before the webinar. And what happens is after I do the webinar, people are gonna buy, so they'll buy on the webinar, sends them straight to the checkout page. And then immediately after the webinar, I just send them to this page. So let me turn this around here. So I'm gonna send them a link saying, hey, in case you like want to buy, here's the link. So they'll be able to go to this page. This is a really simple sales page. Like notice how simple it is. And the sales page is just there for the people who, I mean, they were on the webinar, so they know what the program is about. So I just send them that page. That way it's like, hey, if you want to buy, then let's go ahead and let's get this done. So that's pretty much what I got going right now, and I'm gonna get to work. So let's get it. All right, so the webinar is supposed to be for today, but I'm having problems with the actual audio of this thing. So like you'll be able to hear, watch. So the mic is like going in and out. So I don't know what's going on. It's not actually connected to this. It's not connecting for some reason. So it's going through the speakers on this Mac. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's been like an hour still trying to figure this thing out. And I'm actually gonna move everything over here into the bedroom because the bedroom I can just connect directly to the internet. So it sounds a little bit better, I guess, since I'm in the bedroom and I can connect right there to the router and it's not on Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna try that. As you can tell, look at this face. I'm pretty pissed off. I still don't know what's wrong. I got the whole setup inside of here, as you could see. So I moved the desktop. I even moved the camera over here. So I kind of want that background. At least I got some windows if it's not going to be the nice background out here. But basically, no matter what I seem to do, the audio's still all jacked up. So I'm just gonna do this webinar, and if people talk about the audio, if they say it's all messed up, then I'll probably do a Facebook Live. This is like the final setup, right? Now, it wouldn't actually, I don't need all this just for a webinar, but because I'm recording myself recording the webinar, that's why I have everything in here. So I've got the camera to record it. This microphone I've got hooked up to the camera here. That microphone is hooked up to the computer for the webinar. And the light, of course, I got the light there. Yeah, so I just moved everything in here. I'm still not sure if this sound is gonna be pretty good or not. Like I've just got it all hooked up. You can see like here's my view from here. You need to happen. I remember recording this video. It was a video a while ago where I talked about going from nothing to 100K a month, right? To 6 figures a month. And I mentioned this inside of the video. I said, look, just because a thought came from you doesn't make it true. If you think that you're not really an expert, who cares? Maybe you're not an expert. Why don't you interview other experts? If you already know that, then why aren't you doing that? If you ask, are there any guarantees? Can I try it first? Well, why would you go into something with 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Doing that is already setting you up for failure. If you think emailing is dead, cold calling is dead, if you think anything is dead, how is it that other people are succeeding? If you're not technical, well, guess what? Nobody was born technical. Nobody freaking came out of the womb knowing how to do Facebook, knowing how to build a website,
website, knowing how to do computer programming. Nobody's technical. They learned it. If you don't have time, you figure out how to make time. If you don't have money, you figure out how to make money. If you have to do X, Y, Z first, you got to write a book first before you get started. You'll never get started because you're always going to wait. If you just want to create content, you'll never have a sales process. If you say this won't work in your industry or country, it won't, because you won't get it to work. You won't figure out how to make it work. If you can't email every day because you think they're going to unsubscribe, then you won't make any money any day. If you think you need to get an LLC first before you get started, once again, a huge excuse. If you're not good on video, writing, or whatever, you can get better. All of these thoughts come from you. They are holding you back from actually making money. So that's what I mean when I say you need to happen. You have to get rid of all that stuff. That's what I mean when I say just because a thought came from you, it does not make it true. All these thoughts are in your head and more, a million times more. It does not make it true. The purpose of all thought is to produce action, and any thought that gets in the way needs to be removed.
It's a wrap. So at the beginning of the webinar, so I'm sitting here, right, recording. I'm like, all right, audio's good to go. But I type inside of the chat. I was like, can you guys hear me? We'll type this in. Can anyone else hear me? All right, so we'll do that. All right, this is happening. Hello. Let's see. No, no, no. Oh my goodness. So no one can hear me. Everyone's like, no, 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 no. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. All right, so this audio, not only was it bad during the test, but when I actually start the webinar, nobody can freaking hear me. So I switched. So I was using Firefox, and then I switched to Chrome, and I started it up again, and then bam, people could hear. And so I was like, whew, finally. Then I started doing the webinar, and the webinar was good to go. And so, yeah, that's pretty much all that I did today in terms of the webinar. Just sold people on the new program that's coming out. And yeah, that's kind of what happens all the time, to where you start doing things and then little problems just happen and you just kind of figure out what to do about it. And then if it doesn't work, you just keep figuring it out. You just say, there's got to be a way, right? So that's always my mindset with everything. It's like, there's got to be a way. And it worked.